We're indoor with Eric Mika.
Luckily.
Yes, the Rain Man of BYU Sports Nation.
Nice. REIGN.
Never heard that one.
I don't know. I'm
you
just throwing stuff out
Good
there.
at math?
Not
Justin Hoffman?
Not particularly.
No?
Hey, I do want to bring this up though. Like you care a lot about your schoolwork. Like I see you really getting invested in that, and that's tough to do when you're a student athlete. Like why are you so hard on yourself with your classroom capability when you're such a good basketball player?
I hate to say that the main reason is pride.
Okay.
I just feel like I'm capable of doing well in school, and so I don't want to just brush it to the side. And I don't know, it's definitely hard, and depending on the semester, it gets harder. This semester was a lot harder than last semester because you travel a lot more and there's more games. But that last semester I took a lot of pre-extra business, and it was a tough load. Looking back, I don't know how I did it because this semester is way easier and I'm still struggling. But yeah, I think definitely pride plays a little part of it because I know I can do well, and I don't want to look like some idiot that just came here to play basketball. And I realize, luckily, that basketball isn't everything, and after basketball's over, I'm going to have to do something else, and I may as well study so I can do something that I think will ultimately help my family, but also something that I'm interested in that will help me progress as a person individually.
Walk us through the decision process to enter your name into the NBA draft.
Yeah, it was a bit of a process. I think that's the best way to put it. It's not like I was saying the other day. One day I woke up and was like, yeah, I think I'm going to do it.
Poof.
Poof. The inspiration came to me. But it was kind of gradual. I just kind of looked at things, how they were going this year, compared to ultimately what I want to do, what me and my family want to do. And everything just pointed towards leaving and seeing what I can do and where I can end up, when I can end up playing professionally the soonest, because that's what I'm here for. That's what I want to do.
How much does age play a role in this?
Probably not as much as people think. I think maybe they're worried that that's the only reason I'm leaving is because I'm 22. But obviously it is a factor. It's something that came up in discussions with my family and with my friends deciding what I was going to do and with coaches as well. Being 22, even though I'm a sophomore, I'll probably end up being one of the oldest guys, entering the draft, unless maybe they're coming from Europe or they're a true senior. And so that definitely plays a role because a big part of the NBA is potential. I think more than any other sport, they're looking not to what players are capable of as much as they're looking to what they can become in a year or 6 months. And so it definitely played a part.
When did this become like a viable option? Like, was there a moment when you're like, I actually could probably enter my name in the NBA draft?
Yeah, no, I don't know if there was, once again, same kind of thing as the decision as a whole. Just going through the season, I think at the beginning of the year, I started off strong. I was scoring well. I was rebounding well. And obviously I think it became more of a reality then. I thought, hey, this might be real. Maybe, I could really go to the NBA. Eventually, I don't know when that would be. But then the season kept going, and I kept scoring and playing well, and we won some big games. And I've talked a lot about how blessed I really feel to have been in that position. BYU really put me in that position. My teammates put me in that position. Coaches put me in that position to do well, and I kept responding and playing well for most of the season. And so it kind of just came gradually. I kept looking and saying, hey, I'm still doing well, so it's a possibility.
What kind of progress do you think you could make in your workouts? Because the projections, for what they're worth, right now we're like, all right, late first rounder at best, probably a second rounder.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think in those workouts you could put yourself into the first round?
Definitely. And obviously that's what I hope for, but that's what, so many guys are hoping for at the same time. But I just think what will be big for guys to see in those workouts is, one, I'm capable of more than I showed this year. And I adopted a role and I stuck to it and I did the best I could, playing back to the basket, facing up every once in a while. But, the season gets long, it gets hard. Guys start double teaming me and it's hard to expand your game in the season. But this off season, getting with the coaches and some of my teammates, I did get better at a lot of things that I didn't even show this year. And so I think one big thing will be that, things like range, things like putting the ball on the floor more than teams will expect me to. And then two, I don't think one of my weaknesses, I'd say rather one of my strengths is I don't back down from anyone. I think I play best when people expect me to lose or,
Gonzaga?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Or when they see me as the underdog. And so I think going into these workouts, it can only help me playing guys that are supposedly better or going to get drafted supposedly higher. And I can just, run them out of the gym is the hope.
What kind of scenario would have to play out for the draft capability or draft potential not happening, meaning that you would want to maybe come back to BYU? I mean, is there a scenario at all in your mind where it's like, okay, yeah, if this happens, maybe I will come back?
Yeah, I don't know what those are, but obviously they're out there. That's why we left the door open. I just think I don't know how many people I've told. It's just kind of an attitude that my parents and especially my dad raised me with, which is don't close doors. Life is about opportunity and especially about options. And so with the rules the way they are, there's no point in not taking advantage of all of your options. So I wouldn't say there's one, distinct scenario. If this happens, then this. It's just kind of something we got to play by ear, and there's a lot that's going to happen before I can really make that decision.
Does it go the other way too, though? Like if I hear a few teams say we'd take you, top 20, you're like, all right, that's it. Have you figured that out in your mind? What would make you go?
Once again, not really. I just think right now I know as much as you know about where I stand, and then the workouts are just going to kind of dial that in. We're going to know more precisely how much teams want me and what the possibilities are of going there late first or somewhere in the second round if it's a good fit.
Even if it's not guaranteed, you'd be willing to take that risk in the second?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's, once again, something you got to kind of wait. You got to see how the workouts go. You got to talk to these teams and see how committed they are and then make the decision from there. That being said, I'm confident I'll do well, and I'm confident that a team will want me.
What were the conversations like with your coaches and teammates when you were leading up to making the announcement that you're going to pursue the NBA draft?
Like once I told them?
Yeah.
That was it was like a weirdly worded question.
Welcome to the show, Eric.
Like,
you've been here a few times.
I was like, so just, all right.
Yes, when you told them, what were the conversations?
Eric, sports.
Yeah, sports. So Wednesday morning I met with Coach Rose and then all the coaches after that. But me and Coach Rose talked for, a good 10 minutes. And I think the vibe I got from that meeting was the same. It was consistent with all the coaches, which was positive. It was supportive. Like I said, they know that's why I came to play here, because I wanted to get better and I wanted a chance to go play at another level and then progress at that level. And so they were all in backing me and helping me, do whatever I needed, get whatever help I needed to be in the spot that I want to be in, which was definitely a relief, because that's a nerve-wracking conversation because it's not easy either way. But potentially leaving is definitely not easy for a coach. If anyone knows how to deal with it, though, it's Coach Rose, especially with missions and all that stuff. So I'm confident that they'll figure it out. But the overall feel was just positive. It was supportive, and that was really nice. And the same goes for my teammates. I mean, once again, it's kind of bittersweet. They're bummed. They want to play with me another year. But, at the end of the day, they know that's why they're here as well. And so they're all supportive. They're all cheering for me, which has been awesome.
Yeah, it is kind of a weird deal, right? Because I think the fan base is like, hey, have great workouts, but not too good.
Yeah.
Because they want you to come back, right?
Yeah. Hey, hope you get good feedback, but not great.
Too good. Is that weird emotionally?
No, I mean,
because everyone wants you to succeed, no
you
doubt.
need to base this decision on what the fans think,
right.
Eric.
And that's what I'm doing. No, I
But
think
it's been such a long build-up to have you here, to have TJ here, you know what I mean?
right.
So people are like, yeah, no, yeah.
Right. And I think that's kind of the feel I get every once in a while. I'll see some comment or some bold personal tweet right at me and say, no, you need to do this and this. And I appreciate that, but I kind of just see it as, what would I do as a BYU fan? I would want me to come back and play another year and kind of figure things out with this team. And so I'd be doing the same thing. But I know in the end that they all want me to succeed, and ultimately, if I succeed, then BYU succeeds. It only helps the program.
I've been trying to think of one or two and done besides Sean Bradley, and I can't think of another one. I know Kyle Chilton's in studio. I can't think of another one. You'd maybe be the second, so that'd be crazy.
Yeah. Pretty cool stuff. Eric Mika with us
But
in
not
Studio
too
B.
cool.
Not true.
Settle down, Jeremy. It's going to be okay.
I'm just kidding.
What kind of training program do you have right now, ramping you up for these workouts with different NBA teams?
It's a lot. I'm going every single day, and we've got a couple guys from different places that are working me out. Obviously, you got to be careful with all the NCAA rules. You got to make sure nothing is, given for free or as a favor or promised in the future. And so we're working our way through that and finding the right guys to get me ready that know the workouts and know what I'll have to showcase to get teams seriously interested. And so I'm just getting to know these workouts and getting good at them, along with conditioning. I think I've heard from, 5 or 6 people that know the workouts that have seen them up front a lot, and they say, 60% of these things are just conditioning. So you got to be in good shape. You got to be ready to get your body banged up for, a good 2.5 weeks before the combine, and then probably the same thing after the combine before the draft. And so that's, once again, I think something I'm confident about. It's an advantage I believe I have because I'm training, in the mountains, and it's kind of the way we've been playing all year is a lot of running. So we just got to get that down, keep it up, and then kind of get the second half of the workout figured out.
The old man, 22 years old.
So
Yep.
old.
Eric Mika with us in Studio B.
Just say you're from Lithuania. You have a way better shot at getting drafted.
I know, honestly.
Like,
And then I'm 19.
yeah, and that you're 19. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like lying to kids is okay. Is lying to GMs okay? And probably not, right?
Yeah, just show him that birth certificate like from the Benchwarmers that says, I am 12.
Carlos, I am 12. Written in crayon.
I am 12. Congratulations on
Thank you.
surviving some
Yeah, we're
weirdly worded questions,
Yeah.
Eric.
Yep.
Well,
No
every
problem.
time in Studio B, but
It's a good time.
Hey,
Next
in all
time, yeah.
seriousness, we're super stoked for you, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Good
on,
luck,
all your hard
but
work
not
paying off.
There it is.
Maybe it was Jerem tweeting at
Yeah,
you from some
seriously.
fake account.
As,
Eric, this is what you need to
As
do.
BYU Cougar fan 123, 0 followers.
here's what you need to
Follows
do.
me and Taysom and Jamal Williams.
You need to shoot more threes.
It's
Good
awesome.
stuff, man. Hey, BYU Sports Nation Karma headed your way for your workouts.
Awesome. Need it.
I was wondering if we'd give that,
Yes, we will get
Given
it because
the-
we are
But not too
sincere.
much.
but not too much.
We are sincere.
Yeah. No, go dominate. Go, my son. Go and fly.
Thanks, Eric.